easy go.
Hey there, everybody. How y'all doing? Thank you for coming back as always. I appreciate it. I hope you are having a wonderful day or night. You know I'm talking to you. You know who it is. This is my channel. Welcome back. I'm Deluxe. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to do another evolution of a Transformer character. This is where I go over, some tidbits about him, show my collection, evolution from G1 to whenever till now. Just show the progress, that has come about the 35 years that Transformers have been around. And today I got a good one. So, I would say he's probably one of the more iconic Decepticons out there. Take that back. He's probably one of the more iconic, Transformers out there. Everybody knows him as the tape deck guy. The communications and everything. I got Soundwave. Why not? He's awesome. He's a really cool character. So yeah. So here's a little tidbit about this fella, and here we go.
Soundwave is voiced by the great Frank Walker. Soundwave is one of the most recognizable characters from the original Transformer line because of his alternate mode, a microset recorder, tape deck, and his distinctive monotone computerized voice. Soundwave was able to detect and jam transmissions across the entire energy spectrum, a talent that makes him suited to his position as Decepticon Communications Officer. Additionally, he had a photographic memory thanks to his large, vast data storage capacity of the magnetic disk in his chest compartment. And he is armed with a shoulder-mounted laser cannon and a handheld concussion blaster. Soundwave is physically strong compared to most Transformers. His alternative form, which involves an apparent loss of mass, the mass shifting because he was so big and he changed into a small tape deck, is that of an early microcassette deck. Within the tape compartment, which becomes his chest in robot mode, he stores a variety of Decepticon spies, all of which took alternative forms of a microcassette, little tapes. These spy changers included Ravage, Laserbeak, Buzzsaw, Ratbat, Rumble, Frenzy, Slugfest, and Overkill, all of whom are under his command in the original TV series. Squawk Talk and Beastbox were additional cassette characters under Soundwave, but they never showed up in the cartoon. They were just toys. Soundwave's cassettes are quick to serve and defend Soundwave in any crisis, and generally relates to him as a servant or as even pets. However, when his cassette Ratbat became leader of the Decepticons in the Marvel Comics series, Soundwave fully shifted his trademark loyalty for Megatron to him. So overseas, he was known as Sound Blaster. He was basically just a black recolor of Soundwave. He was in the Headmasters series, and he got killed by Blaster, or Broadcast, I think is what he's called. And he was turned into his tapes, flew off with his remains and stuff, and he got turned into Sound Blaster. And then Blaster got turned into Twin Cast and everything. And they did a whole scene with him, with Daniel crying and all that stuff, like they did in the movie, with Prime and everything. So it was kind of weird, but Headmasters was kind of goofy, but it was a decent series. Speaking of, yeah, Blaster was his arch enemy or whatever. They fought each other, because they each had tapes, and he was a boombox and everything. So they had some pretty good battles throughout the G1. It's one of Megatron's most reliable troops, and he has positioned himself comfortably and is irreplaceable as a Decepticon upper command structure. Though only a communications officer, Soundwave stands at Megatron's side at all times, and is comparable in rank to Starscream and Shockwave. But unlike them, entirely loyalty is to the leader of Megatron. Though he is poised to be a little outward personality, evidenced in his monotone computer-style speech, Soundwave is not without drives. He has worked hard to get where he is at and guards his place as Decepticon, structure really well. So he really, works hard and he's proud to where he's at, to be at. And on top of hearing all of his role as a communication officer and Decepticon spy master, he is actually capable of reading minds by scanning and decoding the electrical impulses that carry thoughts in both organics and Cybertronians. And he will not hesitate to use that to blackmail and keep himself high in Megatron's esteem. And as such, Soundwave is not popular among the rank and file Decepticons, who see him as a two-faced snake and wouldn't mind abandoning him on the battlefield, even if they thought that Megatron would let them get away with it. And everybody knows one of his mottos is, "As you command, Megatron." So here's a little bit about the Spotlight that Soundwave was in. It's a comic. It was really good. So Megatron assigned Bludgeon to actually, spy on Shockwave's research and relay information back to him. And as a Decepticon leader, he did not fully trust Bludgeon. So he assigned Soundwave to spy on him. So So he did a double spy thing. And so, Soundwave watches and observes basically, all that stuff. He knows that one of Shockwave's projects called Regenesis, something like that, is a particular interest to Bludgeon. Bludgeon never mentions it to the reports of Megatron, and the same when token, neither did Soundwave. So he continues watching, as he's recovering Cybertronian deaths sealed up and guarded around the clock. He continues watching as long as Bludgeon, and then Bludgeon had Iguanus and Bombburst leave for Earth in 1984. Soundwave, of course, follows. Taking on the cassette deck alternate mode, he allows himself to fall possession of a construction worker in order to spy on the two foremen who have been replaced by Bludgeon. Soundwave records the conversations and learns that they discovered Ultra Energon below the construction site. So the foremen leave to report to Bludgeon. Soundwave sends Ravage and Laserbeak to track them. Listening and all that stuff. The foreman will plant some explosive charges to destroy the construction site, so they can reveal the Ultra Energon and everything. Laserbeak liberates Soundwave from his owner and flies into Bludgeon's base within Mount St. Helens, and he allows the events of the construction site to run their course. The site is destroyed, the Energon is claimed, and then the Decepticons return to the base. Found out that Bludgeon really wants to bring Thunderwing back, himself, to bring him back from the dead. So Soundwave, remembering Thunderwing's previous devastation of Cybertron, decides that the only recourse is to destroy them. For once, he remarks he is working for the greatest good instead of his own. He will lose a Ravage and Laserbeak in a fight to Bombburst and Iguanus. And Soundwave hesitates for a moment before remembering the apocalypse that nearly Thunderwing renewed and resolved. Unfortunately, that one moment is all it took. Iguanus recovers and blasts Soundwave with one of Shockwave's experimental weapons, overriding his transformation circuits and forcing Soundwave back into his alt mode. Bludgeon, says some stuff, and such an inconvenience and everything. So he thought they get away. A year later, Laserbeak and Ravage are extracted from the Mount St. Helens by an unknown team of humans. However, they don't realize the true nature of the cassette deck buried among the rubble, and Soundwave ultimately finds his way into a pawn shop where he is purchased by a teenager. Alright, here's Soundwave from the Bay movies. He's a communication and surveillance expert, and he can hack into any toughest of computers and equipment. He is one of Megatron's right-hand bots, just like normal, along with Ravage and Laserbeak. Soundwave is also a cold and calculating as Shockwave and very intelligent. Starscream hates him for one reason. If any Decepticon is disloyal or disobeys Megatron, he sends the footage to Megatron. And watches him tear the unfortunate apart. Starscream is always on his best behavior around Soundwave. In satellite mode, which he was in the second one, he orbiting planets. He keeps watch over the Decepticons. On Cybertron, he guided drone attacks from above the surface. He was always kept away from direct combat. Decepticons mobilized. It is time. Soundwave beginning the assault. That was in Revenge of the Fallen. And then Dark of the Moon, he turns into a car like a Mercedes or something like that. So pretty cool. So Soundwave has some iconic scenes in the 1986 movie. First of all, when he stops the communication with Blaster to send off to Prime to send reinforcements. He does Laserbeak, Ravage, Ratbat, whatever, eject and all that stuff. So that's a pretty cool scene. And then his battle in Astro Train with the Constructicons and everything, that was a pretty cool scene in there. And then also the Megatron when he's like, "Don't leave me, Soundwave," and he says that he doesn't leave his falling leader behind, and you got Frenzy or Rumble, whichever one you want to call him, running behind him with this blaster and everything. So that's pretty funny. And then he's in the coordination with Starscream. He's there. And after that, you don't see him again. He's not in the movie anymore. It's weird. It's like, I know it's weird throughout the movie. People disappearing or Transformers not being there, and they show up and then they don't show up again. It's just weird. So that's pretty cool. He has some pretty iconic scenes in the 1986 movie. I wonder if Soundwave could have been a Decepticon leader. I wonder how he would have been like that. I wonder if I don't think that, like I said, the Decepticons didn't really like him. I wonder if he would have been a good leader. What do y'all think about that? Do you think Soundwave would have been a good leader?
All right. Hope you enjoyed that little tidbit about Soundwave. I really enjoyed doing that. There's a lot of information on Soundwave. So here is his G1 toy. And mine is Lucy. Yeah, so I know I have the weapons and everything for him and everything. And I actually have two. I don't know why I have two, but here he is in tape deck form. Yeah, everybody's seen these. They're pretty cool and everything. So yeah, so that is he comes with you know, his signature gun, and he's got an over, you know, shoulder cannon. This is the Toys R Us reissue that they did a couple years back. So yeah, so say he has the weapon and everything, all that stuff. Man, this one loose too. Golly. So, and then he's got this little tape in there. I forgot his name. This was like the Scout little thing, the little roller or whatever thing. I forgot his name, but that's him in there. So that's G1 right there. And then here's his tapes he comes with that everybody's famous for, or he's known for. Here is Laserbeak. It's pretty cool. And then you have the and then you got Buzzsaw, which he actually came with or Soundwave in his G1. There's it. Not Laserbeak. That is Buzzsaw. And then we got the famous Ravage. This little Puma dog, whatever, I don't know what it was. He was a dog, I think. Then we have Frenzy and Rumble. I'm just going to give the 4. He had other tapes, you know, he had Rat Bat, Overkill, Slugfest, all that stuff. But these are the 4 that he used mainly throughout the season 1s and all that stuff. Oh yeah, Frenzy and Rumble. So yeah, so that is Soundwave. Pretty neat, G1 Soundwave. That's the reissue, but yeah. Alright, I also have the Takara version. This is the book style Soundwave. Open it real quick. And he comes with Laserbeak. Pretty cool. I like that one. Alright, up next, the one I have that after G1 is Machine Wars. This was him, you know, I guess it's Soundwave, but not really. Kind of got a face sculpt for him or whatever. He was kind of a I forgot what he was. This he transforms easily, but I forgot what he actually was. It's like a missile launcher tank, that kind of thing. But yeah, and I also had the Universe recolor, so it's got more purple in him on this one. So this was a recolor the Universe line put out. So yeah, this was the Machine Wars Soundwave and the Universe recolor. Alright. Up next I have is the Cybertron one, which he transformed into some kind of fighter plane or a bomber, whatever. And then his little Laserbeak changed into a bomb that fits in his chest also. So that's pretty cool. So this is the Cybertron version of Soundwave. Pretty cool one. I like this one. It's not too bad at all. Up next we have the animated Soundwave, which he was like a Xeon or something, Zion, whatever kind of van or Jeep or something, whatever, something like that. So here he is, and he came with a guitar, which turned into Laserbeak. So that's pretty cool. So, you know, he's got a pretty cool thing right there. Put that down. So yeah, here is animated Soundwave. Kind of loose on the legs. Loosen the legs. Yeah. So it's a pretty cool one too. And I also had the Legends class. I guess they called it back then. I don't know if there's Legends in this series, but yeah. Same mold. Just a smaller version of him. Yeah. So that is Soundwave and animated. Alright. And up next we have Transformers Prime Soundwave. There he is. He's all lanky. Starscream was lanky too also in this series. So. And I have the Beast Hunters Soundwave. So kind of a, whoops, he does have a shooting weapon. That's pretty cool. So there is the Beast Hunters Soundwave Prime. And I have the legends of that also. So here he is. Pretty cool. Just same as the Prime one, just a little smaller. And next I have the titanium Soundwave. This was okay, the line was pretty trashy. The concept, I guess, was pretty cool, but they were so heavy. There's so much die cast in them, and they're all just loose and everything. So it wasn't that great of a line. This was not too terrible. The Soundwave's pretty cool, but there were some of them in there, like the Optimus and the Megatron, are really bad. But so this is the titanium Soundwave. Up next we have the War for Cybertron Soundwave. There he is. This one's a pretty cool one. I like this one. Turns into a van. And I also had the Takara version one, Henkei or something like that. So he has, you know, better paint. It's a little shinier than the Hasbro one. I'll try to put them side by side. So you can tell he's got better paint and everything than that one. And also in that same kind of mold, but this is a different line. This was the Generations line, I think. So just a bigger upscale version of the War for Cybertron one. They repainted him into Blaster, I think, and some others. So that's just the Voyager Soundwave. And up next I have the music label Soundwave. It's like an MP3 player. You could actually play music on it. I think there's a little, you can put an SD card in there or something like that. I forgot where you can put it. I think you can put it in his chest. Yeah. So he has a little, I can't get it out, but you can tell that it's in there. There's a little card in there. So yeah, it's like an MP3 player. It's pretty cool. A little music label kind of thing. Rumble and Frenzy came in as earbuds. You can they were pretty cool, or headphones. So this is the music label of Soundwave. Pretty neato. Pretty neat idea. Up next is Masterpiece Soundwave. All right, probably one of the better masterpieces that are out right now. I know Fans Toys was going to release one, and they got a little scared. Like, oh, we'll be okay. We're not going to release ours. But yeah, this is a great, wonderful figure. Wonderful masterpiece figure. And he does come with Laserbeak. He does have his other tag, you know, Ravage, Rumble, and Frenzy. But I just brought out Laserbeak. And then this is the Year of the Horse. This was a Toys R Us exclusive, I think. It came out with the big old Cybertron Starscream also in that Year of the Horse thing. But this is just a clear, transparent Soundwave masterpiece. Pretty cool. I love some clear Transformers, so I definitely had to get this guy. And the tapes are clear too, so yay, yay, yay. Alright. If I can get him to stand up. Alright, well that is Masterpiece Soundwave. And here is the RID, later on, you know, just a couple years ago, RID Soundwave. Not a terrible line. A lot of, you know, it was a kind of a, you know, a kiddie kind of thing for Transformers or anything, but they have some pretty good deluxes. I didn't, you know, find a lot of hate. I didn't hate a lot of the deluxes and everything. That was pretty cool. Soundwave's pretty cool. He's not too bad at all. So that is the RID Soundwave. Up next is the Titan Returns Soundwave. Pretty cool. I like Titan Returns. I think it's a good line. And this was not too terrible of a Soundwave. He's got some thick old legs, but not too hateful. He's fine for a chug. Alright, that is Titan Returns Soundwave. Up next is the Bayverse Soundwave. This is the Revenge of the Fallen, where he's like a satellite kind of thing, and he's got Ravage back there as a missile. It's like a little poo shot, like he's pooing. That. But this is the Michael Bay version, and also I'll just throw this one in, the Dark of the Moon one, where he's the Mercedes. I think he was. Was he a Mercedes? I think he was. I'd have to look. But yeah, this is the one. I'm kind of hoping they do a studio series of this guy. I'd like a new, updated version of this guy. So that is the Michael Bay Soundwaves I got. Alright. Alright, the only third-party ones I have are this DX9 Legends Soundwave, which is really good. He's a really good figure. I like this one. And I got the Hot Soldiers Soundwave. He's not bad. I'm not really into the Hot Soldier, which I heard the Prime is pretty good, but this Soundwave's not too terrible. For 20 bucks, it's not bad. Not bad at all. But he's a little big. He's out of scale with all the other Legends, but so yeah, there's the third-party offerings I have a Soundwave. I think it's the only ones they have, to be honest. DX9 and Hot Soldiers. And last but not least, this is the last thing I really have, the Soundwave. It's a Diamond Select, I think, Soundwave statue. There he is. Look at that goofy smile. They got laser big up there. That's pretty cool. I have Ravage over here, but I dropped it or something a while back, and his front paw and his back paw broke off. So I have one of them. I was going to try to glue it on, but it just won't stay. So that sucks. You know, it was supposed to go up on the other side right here by him. So if anybody has this one and don't want that Ravage, so, you know, I'll pay for it. But anyways, but yeah, that is the Diamond Select Soundwave statue.
All right, so here's some of the toys I don't have that I showed, you know, that I have not possessed yet. This is the 2-pack. This is from 1985. This is he was with Grimlock. This was a Takara version, and you know, it's like a versus kind of set thing going on. And here is his Action Master. This was out in 1990, so he has a little dragon and everything. So this one didn't transform. He was just a little figurine. So that is the Action Master Soundwave. In 2013, they did a special edition Transformers Linkin Park Soundwave. So it's basically gold or kind of mustard yellow or anything. So it came with the 4 tape cases. Basically, he was the you know, the G1 in gold, I guess. So I guess it'd be the Golden Lagoon kind of one, but it's a kind of a nod to Linkin Park. In 1986, there was a Transformer Junior, was released during the early portion of the Transformer Junior toy line. It was still going on, short-lived, and all that stuff. So this is their little Transformer Junior one. And here is the Transformers Generation 2 Soundwave. This was 1995. Just a little small little Legends bot or anything. So pretty cool. He's neon yellow. So G2. Here is the Laser Cycle that was unreleased. He was a redo of the Laser Cycle Road Pig, and he transformed into a blue and silver Harley Davidson, but this never got released. But this is the Laser Cycle one. And here is the world's smallest transforming Soundwave. He's got like a little Ravage. It looks like a block of something. Really don't look like a Ravage, but yeah, it's a real small transformer. And here's the Encore. This is 2007. Basically just a reissue of a G1 and Takara from Soundwave. Here is the Universe one. I think this was a Target exclusive. It came with 4 tapes and everything, so it's just a G1 in a nice little box. Here's some Creos and bot shots and some other miscellaneous kind of smaller Soundwave figures for you. And here is the Transformers Evolution Soundwave. This was a San Diego Comic-Con you know, exclusive in 2016. Everything, I guess it turns into like a tablet kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. And here are 2 things coming out. This is the Golden Lagoon one. This is from the Top Return, so it's basically gold. And we have a Siege one coming out, which I'm really looking forward to. I think it's going to be Wave 2, so it should be coming out soon with the Starscream and everything. So really looking forward to this. I'm probably not going to get the Golden Lagoon. I have the Starscream and that's it. But that is the up-and-coming releases coming from Soundwave. So yeah, I hope you like this. This is the ones I don't have. So yeah. And who didn't get excited when they saw this in the first of the Bumblebee movie when this came out and Ravage ejected from him? Man, this was such a really cool scene, and it got everybody hyped up in the you know, trailer and everything. So kudos to this. Soundwave also was such a popular character. He was in season 3 and everything. Not a major roles or anything, but he, you know, it's a background and everything. And it's pretty cool they used his head, you know, his head sculpt as the Decepticon insignia. So I think that's pretty cool.
I hope you like that little evolution of Soundwave, the little tidbits about him and the collection I have of Soundwave. I've always liked Soundwave as a character. You know, his loyalty is just, you know, goes leaps and bounds above everything. I don't think there's a more loyal Decepticon to Megatron than Soundwave was, you know. he would do, you know, bend over backwards for that guy. So, you know, it's cool. He's a cool character. He was, you know, he had some funny moments, you know, especially in the movie, you know, and all that stuff when they're fighting in the astral train and everything. So yeah, I've always collected Soundwave. If I found a Soundwave, I would usually get it. You know, he's a wonderful character. So I hope you really like this. I really love doing this kind of thing, and I plan on doing more. I'm supposed to do Astral Train and Blitzwing, which I think they'll be next. I plan on doing Starscream. That's going to take a while because I have a lot of Starscreams. You know, I plan on doing Megatron, Optimus, all the ones that, you know, all the, main characters and everything. Because I really like doing this. It's really fun. So hit me up with some comments. You know, tell me if you like this. You know, if you'd like to see me do more of these things. Do some likes, shares, prayers, and Care Bears. Also go down there and sub for me. Hit that little bell. And I guess I'll see you on the next evolution of a Transformer. And as always, hail Hasbro, and good night, folks.